She laughed at the human until he disarmed her in seconds and left her speechless. Captain Salivorn thrust her chin toward the center of the training bay. Lieutenant Kincaid, demonstrate this human disarm technique. Now, the compact human stepped forward without hesitation. Lieutenant Mara Kincaid moved like coiled wire. Short, dense muscle under pale skin, eyes flat and assessing. Around the bay, Salai's Jarek squad watched from the padded walls. Sergeant Juno Reyes lingered at the edge, arms crossed, her squad mate's loyalty etched in her stance. Salai smirked. Kincaid barely cleared 5 feet. Baseline human frailty. Impressive on paper. Prove it withstands pressure. Kincaid nodded once. Permission to use a partner, Captain? Salai drew her shock knife. The hilt hummed alive, blue edge crackling an inch wide. Me? Laughter rippled from the squad. Salai lunged, standard thrust, doctrine perfect, aimed to graze the shoulder and test reflexes. Kincaid didn't dodge. She stepped inside the blade line. Her left hand snapped up, trapped Salai's wrist in a vise. Right elbow drove into the forearm joint. Twist. The shock knife flew free. Salai blinked, empty hand. Kincaid caught the weapon mid-air. She reversed it handle first and offered it back. Ma'am, written rules for future sparring? Blade lengths, speeds, contact levels. The bay fell silent. Salai snatched the knife, deactivating it with a thumb flick. Heat flushed her frills. No human moved that fast. No baseline species closed inside a Jarek strike zone. Fluke, Salai said. Adrenaline spike. Acceptable for training. Reyes snorted softly. Standard drill for us, Captain. Lieutenant Kincaid clocks it at 1.8 seconds. Salai ignored her. Prep for live fire. Orbital drop sim. Ilex, calibrate the grid. Warrant Tech Ilex scuttled forward, multi-jointed arms dancing over the hollow panel. His eye stalk swiveled toward Kincaid. Untested variable. Human tolerances uncalibrated. Recommend exclusion. Denied, Salai snapped. Doctrine demanded proof under sim stress. If the human faltered, she'd reassign her to cargo duty. The bay sealed. Pods hissed open. 10 drop capsules, each cradling a Jarek trooper in grav harness. Salai strapped in beside Kincaid's pod. Reyes took the one opposite, her face a mask of procedure. Drop in 30. Ilex broadcast. Hostiles seated at 40% density. Standard Zarek wedge. Suppress. Flank. Envelop. Pod slammed down the launch tube. G-forces crushed Salai into her seat. Alarms blared. The sim grid materialized below. A shattered hive city on Epsilon 7. Ferrocrete ruins crawling with red threat icons. Pods hit dirt. Salai kicked hers open, pulse rifle up. Her squad fanned into wedge formation. Carapace armor gleaming under dual suns. Blue bolts lanced out, precise dropping drones at 300 meters. Kincaid rolled clear, no armor bulk slowing her. She sprinted left, rifle barking staccato bursts. 3 drones shredded mid-hover. Blank speed uncalled. Salai voxed. Hold formation. They're vectoring, ma'am, Kincaid replied. Calm. No strain. Pincer from ruins. Recommend human rush. Reyes, suppress right. I take left. Salai's HUD lit with inbound signatures. 20 hostiles, heavy class shrugging off squad fire. Doctrine said, regroup. Call Artie. Too slow. Drones closed. Ilex yelped over comms. Grid malfunction. Live ordnance detected real rounds. Panic spiked Salai's links. Ship sensors screamed. Actual raiders breached the sim field. Khazari pirates boarding via microjump. Not a drill. Regroup, Salai barked. Her squad pivoted, bolts stitching the air. A trooper grunted as shrapnel pinged his plates. Kincaid didn't pause. She vaulted a barricade. Oots pounding ferrocrete. Reyes, fire base now. The sergeant dropped prone, rifle on bipod. Her bursts pinned 5 Khazari, hulking, 4-armed brutes with plasma lances. Reyes's fire chewed limbs clean off. Kincaid blurred forward. Salai tracked her. 40K burst, impossible for unarmored. The human slid under a lance sweep, came up firing point blank. 2 Khazari heads vaporized. She stripped a lance from the 3rd, reversed it, impaled the 4th. Salai's rifle bucked. She dropped one at range, Zarek precision holding the line. But the squad buckled, 2 down, venting blood. Trust her, Reyes shouted. She's got the breach. Ilex's voice cracked. Casualties at 20%. Recommend evac. No, Sci growled. Data flooded her HUD. Kincaid at the ruin mouth. Third Khazari down. 5 more piled in. Kincaid moved like liquid fury. She feinted low, drew fire. Lance bolts scorched the wall behind her. She exploded upward, fist cracking a jaw crest, grabbed the mandible, yanked. Neck snapped. The pack swarmed. Kincaid dropped the corpse, rolled between legs. Rifle empty, she drew her sidearm. Human slugger, 10 mm caseless. 4 shots, 4 center mass kills. The last Khazari lunged. She sidestepped, trapped the arm, stripped the lance as she'd stripped Sci's knife. Twist. Impale. Silence fell. Smoke curled from bodies. Kincaid stood amid the pile, chest heaving once. She scanned, then waved. Clear left push. Sci's squad reformed around her. Troopers stared. Frills limp with shock. Ilex's drone hovered close. Scanners whirring. Human vitals nominal. Post-combat cortisol, 15% baseline. Form up, Sci ordered. Her voice steadied. Kincaid point, raise overwatch. Advance. They moved. Kincaid led at half speed now, signaling turns. Sci covered her with overlapping fire. Zarek bolts pinning stragglers. Reyes called ranges. Ilex patched wounds mid-stride, his arms a blur. Raiders fell back. The breach point loomed. A jagged hull tear spewing borders. Kincaid halted, eyes narrowing. Demo charge. They'll blow the bulkhead. Sci checked scopes, confirmed. Suppress. Ilex, countercharge. Too slow, Kincaid said. Human sprint. Cover me. Sci hesitated. Doctrine screamed risk. Khazari hefted the pack. Fuse hissed. Go! Sci roared. Kincaid launched. Sci's squad unleashed hell. Blue bolts a storm. Reyes stitched the fuse arm. Ilex jammed their comms. Kincaid hit the pack at full tilt. Shoulder checked the nearest Khazari into the wall. Grabbed the charge. Ripped wires mid-fall. She pivoted, hurled it back into the breach. Boom. The tier sealed in fire. Screams cut short. Boarders routed. Ship klaxons shifted to all clear. Sci lowered her rifle. Kincaid jogged back, face streaked with soot. No boasts, just a nod. Report, Sci said. Charge neutralized, breach contained. Kincaid replied. Ilex's eye stalks bobbed. Human speed, 42 Kyofi sustained. Tactical deviation, 87% effective. Reyes grinned. Told you, procedure. Sci holstered her weapon. Her frills straightened. Debrief in 5. Kincaid. Point on next op. The human saluted. Yes, ma'am. Sci watched her walk away. Small frame, baseline human. Extraordinary. Alarms flickered again. Secondary breach. Engineering deck. Kincaid spun. Captain. Vectors inbound. Your call? Sci gripped her rifle. You lead, we follow. Captain Sci Vorn jabbed the comm panel. Command, this is Vorn. Formal complaint. Human advisor Kincaid's breach response violates baseline physiology. Sensor logs attached. I demand rematch validation under monitored conditions. Standard arena. Full telemetry. The bridge officer's voice crackled back. Acknowledged, Captain. Fleet Admiral reviewing. Arena prepped in 2 hours. Sci cut the line. Her frills twitched. That sprint? 42 kf sustained. Humans topped 30 kp in bursts per doctrine. Kincaid moved like a Zarak sprinter on low grav. No augmentations logged. She needed proof. Real proof, not combat haze. Captain, Warrant Tech Elix slithered up. Toolkit clutched in lower arms. Eye stalk swiveled. Motion trackers rigged. Arena at standard Zarak gravity. 1.2 G, no variables. Good. Baseline first. Human runs clean. Ilex's vents hissed doubt. Untested variable. Her kind breaks equipment. Log it all. Sci strode toward the arena hatch. Every twitch. The squad assembled at the arena's edge. Hollow barriers hummed, projecting a mock breach. Flickering bulkheads. Simulated borders popping from vents. Laser grids marked safe zones. Zarak gravity tugged heavier here. No human excuses. Lieutenant Mara Kincaid stepped forward. Compact frame, rifle slung easy. No sweat. Captain. Request heavier loadout for baseline. Full combat pack, plus demo bricks. Salai's frills flared. Heavier? Doctrine said humans fatigued fast under mass. Approved. Reyes, load her. Sergeant Juno Reyes grinned, hefting the pack. Standard infantry, 35 kilos, plates, mags, breaching kit. She strapped it on Kincaid smooth as procedure. Locked. LT. Kincaid rolled shoulders, tested the weight. Nodded, ready. Ilex activated trackers. Green lights blinked on Kincaid's harness. Timers synced. Go on your mark, Captain. Salai raised her arm. Of course, Liv. Human. Set baseline. The suppressor's off. So, full speed. Kincaid exploded forward. Salai blinked, no ramp up. Kincaid hit peak velocity in 2 strides, legs pistoning like hydraulic rams. She vaulted the first barrier, pack barely shifting. Rifle snapped up, drilled 3 hollow borders midair. Blue symbol splashed harmless. She shoulder rolled under laser fire, came up firing. Demo brick out, slapped on the mock charge. Wires ripped free. Curl back. Explosion rocked the arena. Hollow breach sealed. Time. 14.2 seconds. Kincaid jogged back, breath even. Pack intact. Baseline set. Ilex's eye stalks locked rigid. Acceleration, 4.2 G peak. Sustained 38 kf under load. Non-compliant. Soleil waved them to the review station. Replay, frame by frame. Hollow screens ignited. Kincaid's run slowed to crawl. First stride, toes dug in, quads flexed, torque that warped the deck mat. Second stride, airborne, 7 meters covered. Mid-air twist evaded simfire. Landing absorbed 1.2 G plus pack inertia without stumble. Pause. Salai's claw stabbed the frame. Kincaid's calf striations pulsed. Biology glitch. No Jarak hits those vectors without servos. Ilex cross-referenced. Human norms. Max 25 KFI loaded. 2G accel bursts. This, 42% over. Heart rate 180 BPM. Stable. Reyes snorted from the sidelines. Procedure, ma'am. We train it daily. Selai ignored her. Zoomed on the hurl. Kincaid's shoulder check on a hollow Khazari. Impact force crumpled the projection. Raw kinetic dump, non-compliant with biology. File it. Already logging, Ilex said. Fleet will quarantine her. Kincaid wiped her brow. No complaints. Captain. Baseline holds. Next test. Selai's frills locked. Quarantine? No. She needed the data clean. Rematch. You versus my specialist. Same course. A Jarak ensign stepped up, lithe, frilled, like Salai. Honored Captain. He stretched limbs, tuned to 1.2 G native, go. Selai hit the mark. The ensign flowed. Graceful vaults, precise shots, doctrine perfect, suppress, flank, neutralize. Time, 22.7 seconds. Solid. Jarak standard. Kincaid reset. Heavier pack still on. Launched again. Salai watched the overlays merge. Human line slashed ahead, red streak devouring the course. Ensign's blue lagged. Peak axle. Human 4.5G now. Ensign topped 2.8 G. Ilex whistled vents. Deviation 92%. Her bones. How? Meat, Reyes muttered. We build it tough. Salai paused the final frame. Kincaid mid-hurl. Every muscle, a coiled spring. Numbers screamed impossibility. Humans, baseline fragile. Slow healers, low-grav natives. Yet here, sensors lied. No, they captured truth. Her frill drooped, complaint dissolving. That breach wasn't luck. Kincaid's normal outran Jarak elite. Alarms blared. Real klaxons this time. Captain! Ilex spun. Secondary breach confirmed. Engineering deck. Khazari vectors inbound. Live fire. Selai gripped her rifle. Footage forgotten. Kincaid already checked her pack. Eyes locked on the hatch. Vectors? Kincaid asked. 12 hostiles. Fuse charges primed, Ilex reported. Too many for doctrine, Selai said. Frill straight, Kincaid. Led. The human nodded. No grin. Squad, wedge on me. Reyes, suppress left. Ilex, jam right flank. They charged the corridor. Bulkheads shuddered. Kazari screeched ahead, claws scraping, demo packs glowing. Kincaid sprinted point, 40 kilopass in tight confines. Sci matched stride for stride, frills pinned back. Her rifle barked blue bolts. Borders burst from vents. Reyes hosed left, stitched a fuse arm clean. Sparks flew. Kincaid hit the lead Kazari low, tackle like a battering ram. Charge ripped free mid-collision. She twisted, flung it into the pack. Boom rattled the deck. Shrapnel shredded 3. Ilex jammed their comms. Squelched. Sci suppressed center. Precise bursts dropped 2, but flanks closed. Claws raking. Flank! A trooper yelled. Kincaid pivoted. Grabbed a fallen pipe. Whirled it overhead. Pure torque. Smashed a Kazari skull. Pipe bent. She dropped it. Snatched the next charge. Wires tore. Hurl back. Explosion sealed the secondary tier. Screams cut short. Last Kazari routed. Klaxons cleared. Sci lowered her rifle. Chest heaved. Kincaid stood amid the wreckage. Soot streaked again. Pack half empty. Report. Sci ordered. Charges neutralized. Deck secure, Kincaid said. Saluted crisp. Ilex scanned. Human speed. 45-kilometer bursts. Impacts. 2.8 tons equivalent. Biology. Holds. Reyes clapped Kincaid's shoulder. Procedure. Sci holstered. Frills rose full. Complaint. Deleted in her mind. Debrief later. Kincaid point permanent. Yes, ma'am. Deck alarms flickered anew. Tertiary breach. Bridge approach. Kincaid spun. Captain. Patterns shifting. Your call? Sci met her eyes. Small human. Baseline extraordinary. You lead. Full assault. They ran. Sci's squad fell in tight. Trust sealed in fire. But Ilex's scanner pinged odd. Captain. Sensors on Kincaid. Residuals non-human. Sci glanced back. Kincaid's stride unchanged. Numbers lied, or truth hid deeper? The bridge hatch loomed. Kazari shadows writhed beyond. Kincaid slammed a bridge hatch override. Metal groaned. Kazari claws scraped inside. 6 shadows lunged through the gap. Sci fired first. Her pulse rifle barked. Blue bolts punched the lead intruder's chest plate. It staggered but charged. Frills quivered on her neck. Too close. Too fast. Suppress left! Kincaid yelled. She rolled right, pack clanking. Grabbed a loose panel from the deck. Flung it like a discus. Edge sliced a Kazari's throat. Black ichor sprayed. Reyes covered center. Frag out! Her grenade arced perfect. Detonation pulped 2 flankers. Shrapnel pinged off walls. Ilex crouched behind a console. Scanner word. Bridge systems nominal. Human vitals. Spiking again. Residuals confirm. Non-standard. Sci ignored him. Aimed center mass. Dropped her target. But the last Kazari vaulted overhead. Claws raked her shoulder guard. Pain flared. She twisted, rifle butt cracking its jaw. Kincaid blurred in, tackled the beast midair. They crashed into a server rack. Sparks flew. Kincaid pinned it. Knee on throat. Twisted. Snap. Done. Silence hit. Alarms whined down. Sci holstered her sidearm. Shoulder throbbed. She scanned the squad. All upright. Kincaid rose, wiped ichor from her face. No scratches. Bridge secure, Kincaid said. Voice steady. She checked her pack. 2 charges left. Reyes nodded. Clear. Ilex stood. Antennae twitched. Captain. Kincaid's blood trace. Elevated myomer density. Not human baseline. 240% norms. Sci's frills stiffened. She turned. Kincaid met her gaze. Compact frame dripped sweat. Nothing else. Explain. Sci snapped. Kincaid shrugged. Training. Adrenaline. We push limits. Ilex thrust his scanner forward. Data lies? Or you do? Ship logs show your species caps at 30 kpf sustained. You hit 52 here. Deck lights flickered. A new klaxon howled. Ship-wide. Multiple breaches, Ilex read. Cargo ring primary. Hull cuts precise. Boarding pods inbound. Kazari vanguard. Sci's mandibles clicked. Her unit, 30 Jarek troopers, spread thin. Doctrine said, Fortify bridge. Hold core. But cargo held munitions. Lose that. Ship dies. Lock down corridors, she ordered. Ilex, jam external comms. Reyes, rally squads to mid-deck. Kincaid stepped forward. Captain, rear guard me. Patterns match their playbook. Flank cargo, blow the ring. Sci eyed her. Human advisor, expendable per regs. You, rear corridors. Delay them. Kincaid saluted. No argument. Grabbed a Jarek trooper's harness. With me, ducks, shortest path. They vanished into grates. Sci watched the hatch seal. Frills flat. Humans died fast in doctrine sims. Good bait, Reyes snorted. She'll buy time, or die, Ilex muttered. Untested variable. Sci led forward. Squad double-timed to cargo. Boots thrummed decks. Her shoulder burned, but pain sharpened focus. Zarek's strength held lines. Precision won wars. Explosions rocked stern. Hull screened open. Cargo ring breached. Sci hit the observation deck. Viewports showed it. Khazari swarms repelling from pods. Claws sheared hull plates. 20 boarded, more incoming. Positions, she barked. Troopers fanned out. Railguns hummed. First volley shredded a pod. Wreckage sparked void. But Khazari hit ducts. Claws punched grates. Troopers fired wild. One fell. Guts spilled. Flanks, Sci yelled. She poured fire left. Dropped 3. But center buckled. Khazari piled in. Armored hulks, blades whirring. Reyes flanked right, holding. Ilex patched defenses. Shields at 40%, munitions bay exposed. Sci's rifle overheated. She swapped power cells, but Khazari leaped her barricade. She sidestepped. Zarek reflexes pure. Drove blade into its eye stalk, yanked free. Black blood splashed. Too many. Cargo hatches buckled. If they reached ordnance, chain reaction ends the ship. Comms crackled. Kincaid's voice. Rear secure. Tagging entry now. Funnel 'em port side, Captain. Sci glanced at holomap. Paint charges bloomed. Red dots on intruder paths. Kincaid rerouted them. Straight into kill zones. Shift fire! Sci roared. Squad pivoted. Railguns converged. Khazari funneled tight. Bolts ripped them apart. Bodies piled. One broke through. Charged Sci. Claws raised. She fired. Jammed. Kincaid exploded from a duct. Human speed, ghost blur. She vaulted a crate, pipe in hand, swung overhead. Impact caved the Khazari's helm. 2.8 tons, Ilex's voice echoed in her mind. Pipe crumpled. Kincaid dropped it, grabbed a charge from pack, wired it to the beast's corpse. Boom trap set. Sci stared. Human panted light, soot streaked. Pack near empty. Reyes laughed. Procedure. Ilex scanned fresh. Speed trace. 58 Kof Kyomers regenerating. Impossible. Khazari. Routed. Last pods veered off. Comms jammed. Hull sealed by Kincaid's charges. Cargo secure. Sci lowered rifle. Chest heaved. She met Kincaid's eyes. Small. Baseline? No. Extraordinary. Report, she said. Intruders tagged. Funnels collapsed. 8 minutes to full purge, Kincaid replied. Saluted. Sci's frills rose. Respect, not doubt. Debrief, Kincaid. Lead advisor. Full authority. Yes, ma'am. Ilex pinged urgent. Captain, new residuals on Kincaid. Nanites? Augments? Non-human signature confirmed. Sci glanced. Kincaid checked her gear, stride unchanged. Data clashed with eyes. Deck shuddered. Forward sensors screamed. Enemy carrier decloaked. Massive. Torpedoes inbound. Brace! Sci yelled. Kincaid spun. Evasive pattern delta. I plot. Trust locked. They moved as one, but Ilex's scanner locked on Kincaid's arm. Trace glowed alien. Sci's mandibles tightened. Who? Or what? Was this human? Torpedoes streaked. Ship lurched into dive. Bridge shook. Kincaid's hands flew over controls. Locked. Explosions bloomed outside. Missiles deflected. Sci gripped console. Human hands saved them. Carrier hailing, Ilex said. Khazari Lord demands surrender. Kincaid grinned faint. Stall them. I rigged the surprise. Sci nodded. No questions. Frill's full crest. Baseline shattered. Proof burned bright. Hail opened. Kazari snarled across view screen. Zarek scum. Yield the ring. Selai stood tall. Negative. Prepare for fire. Kincaid slipped away. Ducts again. Her pack. Last charge. Selai watched shadows. Human vanished into dark. Carrier guns charged. Ship alarms wailed. Ilex whispered, "Captain." Her vitals, off charts. Not baseline, not human. Selai silenced him. Eyes on viewport, trust in fire. Kincaid emerged on external cam, spacesuited, mag clamped to hull. She planted charge on enemy docking clamp. Wires sparked. Detonation ripped. Carrier pod sheared free. Kazari screams cut comms. View screen blanked. Enemy fled. Selai exhaled. Squad cheered. Reyes clapped Ilex. Told you. Kincaid redocked. Hatch cycled. She stepped in. Suit scorched. Hull intact. They're gone. Selai gripped her shoulder. Firm. Outstanding. Kincaid nodded. Humble. Team effort. Ilex scanned one last time. Nanites dispersing. Origin unknown. Selai waved it off. Deeper truths later. Now, victory. But as Kincaid stowed gear, a faint glow pulsed under her skin. Gone in blink. Selai saw it. Question burned. Ship steadied. Stars wheeled. New alert pinged. Distress from Allied fleet. Kazari ambush. Kincaid turned. Captain, your call? Selai smiled rare. Captain Selai Vorn crested the stairwell, rifle leveled at the cargo ring's access hatch. Her squad stacked behind her, 4 Jarek Marines in full carapace, breather masks hissing. Thermal scopes painted 6 ghosts ahead. Kazari raiders hunkered in the vast ring. Crates stacked like barricades. Ilex flanked her left, scanner humming. Reyes and Kincaid held the rear. Human boots silent on graded deck. Contact! Selai barked into comms. Ghosts at 20 meters. Hold fire. The ghosts split. 5 blips fractured into doubles. Decoys blooming heat across her HUD. Real signatures drowned in static flares. Selai froze mid-step. Doctrine screamed. Confirm primaries. Suppress secondaries. But which? A wrong push meant enfilade from shadows. Raider chatter spiked on open channel. Kazari snarls. Zarek bait. Flank left. Her frills twitched. Push now. Wait for Ilex's lock. Squad shifted uneasy. Too slow. And raiders pinned the ring. Captain. Kincaid's voice cut clean from rear. No panic. Angle right flank. 3 degrees. Push on my mark. 2 seconds reload gap. Selai snapped eyes back. Human crouched low. Carbine braced. Reyes nodded beside her, shotgun ready. No debate. Kincaid's baseline scans. How? Selai's scope still swam. Trust it, Reyes added. Flat. Procedure. Selai exhaled. Stack. Shift right. On Kincaid. They pivoted. Boots scraped. Kincaid counted soft. 3, 2, mark. Selai surged. Ring opened wide. Crates towered 10 meters. 0 tethers dangling. Raiders mid-reload. 3 real Kazari crouched at barricade. Claws fumbling power cells. Decoys flickered cold. Kincaid fired first. Controlled bursts. 2 rounds per target. First raider jerked. Chest plate cracked. Slumped. Second spun. Helmet shattered. Blood-misting vacuum seals. Third lunged up. Claws out. She kicked. Boot slammed its knee joint. Raider staggered into Selai's line. Perfect profile. Selai raised her rifle. Kincaid finished the fight before Selai's finger moved. The human sidestepped. Carbine snapped horizontal. Single shot punched the raider's throat. It gurgled. Clawed air. Dropped. Mara scanned corners. Breath steady. Clear left. Push. Selai's squad gaped. Ilex's scanner beeped late. Confirmed. 5 decoys down. Reyes grinned under mask. Told you. Human eyes cut flares. Selai lowered her rifle. Frills flatlined shock. She fired late. Raider already dead. Her Marines still aimed, barrels drifting. Kincaid cleared the corridor solo, vaulted crate, tagged a flank crawler with elbow strike, then burst fired its backup. Ring secure, Kincaid called. She planted breaching charge on Raider hatch. Allied cargo manifests intact. Zari boarding pod sealed. Squad advanced. Sci waved them forward. Her grip tightened on rifle. Human moved like liquid. Speed blurred doctrine. Baseline? No. Proof stacked higher than crates. Ilex sidled up, voice low. Captain, her vitals again. Heart rate triple norm. Adrenaline baseline for her? Sci silenced him with glare. Watched Kincaid work. She sliced Raider console, downloaded logs. Fingers flew. Xari hit 3 allied hulls. Ninite swarm origin traced, same as ours. They're testing vectors. Reyes hauled a stunned Khazari captive, zip ties biting chitin. Interrogate later. Captain's call on pursuit. Sci nodded. Distress pinged again. Fleet coordinates. Khazari carrier loomed on Ox feed. Her unit breathed easier now, eyes on human. Contempt? Gone. Respect? Burned. Regroup at hatch, Sci ordered. Kincaid, lead point to docking arm. We chase. Kincaid shouldered pack. I ducked roots plotted. They stacked anew. Sci fell in behind her. No hesitation. Deck shuddered. New alert wailed. Khazari breach at mid-ring. Thermal spiked. 10 ghosts. No decoys. Heavy weapons chatter. Contact! Ilex yelped. Kincaid spun. Flankers! Suppressing high-low push. My mark. Sci braced. Squad mirrored. Human timed it perfect. Raiders crested crates mid-volley. Bursts ripped. 2 down. Kincaid rolled under fire. Tagged third with knife hand to neck vents. Sci squeezed trigger. Hit landed clean. Her first. Raider crumpled. Reloading. A Khazari hissed. Kincaid exploited. She dashed gap, kicked power cell from claws. It sparked. Chain blast lit ring. 4 raiders vaporized in flash. Ilex whooped. How? Timing exact. Training. Reyes grunted. We drill it daily. Squad mopped remnants. Sci scanned bodies. Human carbine smoked beside her. Efficient. No waste. Her own rifle hummed hot. Late again. Kincaid knelt by blast crater. Nanite residue. Matches skin glow. She glanced up. Matter of fact. Sci's frills flared. Saw it too. Faint pulse under human skin. Gone. Captain, Kincaid said. Docking arm clear. Sci gripped her shoulder. Firm. Like before. Lead on, Lieutenant. They pushed. Corridors narrowed to allied docking arm. Khazari screams echoed ahead. Ambush turned. Reyes clapped Kincaid's back. Smooth as drill. Ilex muttered data. Human speed, 2.3 times spec. Tactics adaptive. Sci watched viewport. Allied fleet burned distant. Her call now. Full commit. Hatch breach, Kincaid announced. Charge set. Pods ready. Explosion rocked. Vacuum sucked. They mag boosted into arm. Rifles hot. Khazari squad waited. 8, entrenched at lock. Plasma throwers charged blue. Sci raised rifle. Kincaid snapped commands. Reyes, suppress right. Ilex, EMP low. Squad, staggered rush. 2 by 2. No time for doubt. Sci fired cover. Kincaid ghosted forward. Speed and human. She slid under thrower arc. Yanked power core. Blue flash blinded Khazari. Squad poured. Bursts cracked. Raiders fell piecemeal. 1 Khazari charged Sci. Claws raked air. She parried. Rifle butt cracked jaw. Kincaid flanked it. Controlled burst to legs. Secure. Sci zip-tied it. Watched human pivot to next threat. Squad finished aiming as she cleared last. Docking secured, Kincaid reported. Allied shuttle inbound. Cheers erupted. Ilex scanned feeds. Fleet stabilized. Khazari withdrawing. Sci exhaled. Squad eyes locked on Kincaid. Respect solid. Her own frills crested full. Human humble. Stowed gear quiet. Team effort. Reyes snorted. Damn right. New ping, fleet command. Zarek unit, status? Sci keyed comms. Cargo ring held. Raiders routed. Advisor Kincaid decisive. Pause, then, acknowledged. Reinforcements en route. Kincaid nodded. No boast. But as they boarded shuttle, Sci caught it again. Glow under skin. Faint. Question burned hotter. Shuttle. Detached. Stars wheeled. Khazari carrier fled screens. Ilex leaned in. Captain. That glow. Later, Sci cut, eyes on human, trust forged in fire. Proof eternal, distress cleared, but deeper shadows loomed. Nanites, glow. Human baseline? Sci smiled rare, ready for truth. Ilex slammed the console. Captain, second breach, reactor coolant trunks. Pressure dropping fast. Raiders punched through auxiliary hull. Sci's frills snapped rigid. Cheers died. The shuttle bay still hummed from victory. Allied teams flooding in. But scans flashed red. Coolant lines ruptured meant meltdown. Ship death. Full retreat, Sci barked. All units to bridge. Secure command integrity. Ilex. Lockdown engineering remote. Squad pivoted. Xeric Marines gripped rifles. Reyes nodded sharp to Kincaid. Human advisor stood calm, eyes on bulkhead schematics projected in her palm display. Kincaid broke left. Boots pounded deck. She sprinted, straight for the trunks. Mara! Negative. Sci roared. Advisor, fall back. Human ignored. Dove through hatch. Vanished into steam hiss. Sci's claws dug palm pads. Disobedience from a baseline advisor. Reyes, retrieve her, now. Sergeant Reyes held position. She's got this, Captain. Procedure. Isolate and patch. Trust the specialist. Alarms wailed. Deck shuddered. Coolant spray vented. Acid fog burned optics. Sci keyed ship-wide. Bridge lockdown. Non-essentials evacuate. Ilex yanked cables. Remote seals failing. Intruders confirmed. 3 Kazari heavies. Trunks breached wide. Frills quivered rage. Human posturing again. Speed without orders. Sci fired squad forward. Move! They charged corridors. Blaster fire echoed ahead. Kazari roared, claws shredding bulkheads. One Marine fell, gutted. Sci dropped it with headshot. Squad pushed. Radio crackled. Kincaid's voice, steady. Trunks secured. Field patch holding. Clamps torque locked. Pressure stabilizing. Sci skidded halt. Bridge doors loomed, but scans lied? No. Human voice cut clear. Captain, new perimeter plan. Raiders vectoring midship. I'll hold engineering solo. Redirect squad to ventral vents. Flank them. Reyes leads. Deck groaned. Another shudder. Sci glanced Ilex. Tech's mandibles clicked shock. Readings confirm. Breach sealed. Human. How? Pride burned. Orders defied. Unit fracturing. But coolant graphs greenlined. Ship breathed. Captain? Reyes pressed. Her plays sound. Vents give killbox. Doctrine adapts. Kazari fire chewed corner. Marine screamed. Sci parried vibroax. Rifle butt crushed mandible. Acknowledged Kincaid. Squad, ventral course. Reyes. Take point. They wheeled. Sci's frills crested doubt. Human forced hand. Survival edged pride. Corridors narrowed. Steam cleared. Squad stacked at vent grate. Reyes punched code. Grate hissed open. 2 by 2. Kincaid's marked hostiles. Sci peered feed. Kincaid's icon pulsed engineering. Alone. Raider shadows circled her. Radio pinged. Hostiles inbound my position. Breach sealed permanent. Go. Squad dropped. Vents chilled scales. Sci crawled third. Reyes whispered, she's baseline infantry. Treats this like drill. First pair breached. Blaster bursts lit dark. Reyes's team poured fire. Heavies crumpled. Sci emerged last. Bridge secure ahead, but engineering feed gripped her. Kincaid ghosted raiders. Human speed blurred. One Kazari swung mauler. She slid under, faster than reflex. Planted breaching charge on backplate. Rolled clear. Boom. Armor split. Kincaid fired knees. Zip-tied limbs. Next raider lunged. She vaulted crate. Mid-air twist. Rifle stock cracked helm. Controlled burst. Down. Third flanked. Claws raked air. Kincaid pivoted. Inhuman snap. Elbowed throat. Mounted back. Choked out. Sci froze. Squad secured vents. Cheers rose quiet. But human? 3 heavies solo. No glow this time. Just competence. Ilex patched through. All breaches sealed. Wall. Reactor nominal. Fleet confirms. Kazari carrier crippled. Reyes grinned. Told you. Kincaid's quiet type. Sci keyed comms. Advisor. Report to bridge. Debrief. Affirm, Captain. Perimeter clear. Squad eyes turned. Respect deepened. No boasts, just results. Sci led march. Frills settled calm. Doctrine bent. Human proved. But questions itched. How did baseline move like that? Speed, tactics, unyielding. Bridge doors parted. Crew saluted. Scans green across boards. Ilex manned station. Captain, human patch. Jarek grade. Clamps rated for dreadnoughts. Sci nodded. Watched hatch. Kincaid strode in. Compact frame, unmarred. Stowed gear precise. Status? You disobeyed, Sci said. Voice steel. Kincaid met gaze. Order was retreat. Ship was bleeding.
I fixed it.
Rhea's backed door. Procedure, ma'am. Advisor attached for this. Sci's mandibles clicked. Pride stung, but unit lived. Ship sailed. Your plan worked. Perimeter held. Kincaid shrugged. Team executes. I advise. Ilex leaned. Untested variable delivered. Glow absent. But speed logged. Sci waved off. Debrief full. Fleet inbound 30. Crew dispersed. Sci caught Kincaid's arm. Private. Explain. That sprint. The takedowns. Baseline? Human paused. Eyes steady. Training. Humans push limits daily. Yours is doctrine. Ours is adapt. Frills crested full. Contempt? Gone. Respect forged hotter. Proof replaced posture. Radio pinged fleet. Zarek vessel. Reinforcements docking. Advisor Kincaid. Commendation pending. Sci smiled rare. Earned. Kincaid nodded. Humble. Packed kit. But Ilex's scan beeped soft. New anomaly. Hull stress. Faint. Deep core. Deck trembled once. Sci tensed. Ilex. Unknown. Reactor stable. But. Signatures match first breach. Eyes locked on Kincaid. Human unpacked rifle. Calm. Raiders never fully withdrew. Alarms flickered amber. Third wave inbound. Captain Sci Voran gripped the tack table edge. Alarms, screamed amber. Raiders' signatures bloomed on screens. Third wave. Hull breach vectors locked. Kincaid! Sci barked. Raiders inbound. Doctrine calls. Sealants and retreat to core bulkheads. Lieutenant Mara Kincaid shouldered her rifle. Compact frame coiled. No time, Captain. Breach points cluster at mid-deck vents. They'll flank engineering in 90 seconds. She jabbed the holo display. Red dots pulsed. My squad seals them. Your heavies cover cross corridors. Sci's mandibles snapped. Human advisor. Attached, not command, but breach math stacked against doctrine. Ilex confirm vectors. Warrant Tech Ilex's claws flew over consoles. Frills quivered.
Human rights signatures match first wave.
Untested speed needed. His eyes flicked to Kincaid. Logged anomaly. Human baseline velocity. Deck shuddered. Explosive decomps rattled bulkheads. Raiders punched through. Scaled horrors, claws sparking on alloy. Go! Kincaid vaulted the hatch. Sergeant Juno Reyes followed. Shotgun primed. Squad. Wedge on Lieutenant Kincaid. Procedure Alpha. Sci signaled her Jarek troopers. Heavies, suppress. Kincaid, you lead breach seal or we pull back. Human sprinted ahead. Legs blurred. Faster than frill rates logged. Raiders swarmed vents. Plasma lances glowing. Kincaid slid under first burst. Rifle barked twice. 2 raiders crumpled. Heads ventilated. Flank left, she yelled. Reyes pumped shells into a cluster. Jarek heavies lumbered up. Cannons thumping. Sci charged beside them. Her plasma carbine spat azure bolts. A raider lunged, claws raked air. Kincaid was there. Human twisted mid-stride. Boot hooked the beast's knee. Elbow drove its skullplate. Raider dropped limp. Zarak trooper gaped. How? Reflex servos maxed, still lag. Training. Kincaid grunted. She slapped sealant grenades into vents. Phone hissed. Ceiling rips. Raiders piled against it. Claws scraping futile. Ilex patched from bridge. Hull stress dropping. Human patch holds. Raider count. -8. One beast broke through. Towering lance charged. It targeted Sci's heavy trooper jammed on reload. Sci raised carbine. Too slow. Kincaid blurred in. Tackled the raider mid-leap. They hit deck rolling. Human locked armbar. Raider thrashed. Crack joint popped. Kincaid drove knife up. Under jaw. Done. Sci's frills flared hot. Human rose. Blood flecked but steady. Unzipped. Packed gear. Perimeter secure. Raiders routed. Crew panted. Zarek exchanged glances. No casualties. Ship intact. Status green, Ilex reported. Human speed 2.3x doctrinal sprint. Logged for fleet. Sci holstered her weapon. Pride twisted. Her doctrine bent again. But unit breathed. Debrief. Now, Kincaid, with me. Bridge cleared. Sci waved Reyes and Ilex to stations. Private corridor hatch sealed. She rounded on the human. You disobeyed retreat orders. Twice. Explain. That was no baseline sprint. No standard takedown. Kincaid met her gaze. Calm. No boast, Captain. First fight. Pull up tack logs. Soleil activated the table. Hollow bloomed. Timestamps from initial breach. Order given. 14 hours, 27 minutes, and 14 seconds. Retreat to core. Kincaid traced lines. Raiders at 400 meters, closing 20 per second. Your heavies. Doctrinal pace 12 per second max under fire. Collision in 19 seconds. Mandibles clicked. Sci leaned in. Silence deploy in 25. Too late. Casualty math flankers hit engineering first. 12 heavies exposed. Raider lances pierce frill armor, 80% at 50 meters. Projected, 9 KIA. Ship loss 40%. Kincaid overlaid routes, red. Doctrine path, bottleneck choke point, Raiders enfilade. Green, her sprint arc, wide loop, vents sealed early. My route, 2 KIA max, we got 0. Ilex's console pinged. He patched in. Logs verify, human vector shaved 7 seconds. Untested variable. Optimal. Reyes nodded from door. Procedure, ma'am. Advisor attached for infantry crises. Lieutenant Kincaid qualifies. Sci's frills crested. Numbers stacked. Proof cold. Irrefutable. But doubt lingered. Those takedowns, rawhide beasts dropped like pups. Impressive math, but hand-to-hand? Ego or skill? Prove it. Control, disarm. No weapons. Show me intent wasn't show. Kincaid set rifle aside. Stance loose. Your move, Captain. Sci circled. Zarek marshal. Precise, leverage doctrine. She feinted high, mandibles wide for intimidation. Grabbed wrist, twisted for lock. Human, flowed under, slipped elbow inside. Pressure point jab to nerve cluster. Sci's arm went numb. Kincaid swept leg. Sci hit deck, pinned, 2 seconds. Frills burned, she rolled free. Stood, again. 3 passes, each ended same. Human speed caged her. No force, pure economy. Enough. Sci rubbed arm, tingled back, respect forged, but pride demanded more. Teach counter, prove baseline. Kincaid nodded, humble. Zarek lock relies on frill tension. Humans compress faster. Counter, drop hip early.
She demonstrated slow.
Grab here, twist against mandible pivot, pull low. Sci mirrored. First try. Sloppy. Kincaid slipped free easy. Again. Hip first. Second. Better. Locked halfway. Commit. Third. Sci dropped hip. Grabbed. Twisted. Kincaid's arm strained. Locked. Human tapped out. Smiled faint. Landed clean. Good form. And Sci released. Frills settled. Human baseline. Her max effort. Quiet competence. Proof. You wanted apology for disobedience. None coming. None coming. Doctrine saves worlds. Adapt saves this ship. Sci straightened. Mandibles eased. Lesson noted. Fleet comms praise your patch. My report. Advisor essential. Reyes grinned. Squad stands ready, ma'am. Ilex chimed. One anomaly remains. Deep core stress. Faint pulse. Not Raider. Deck hummed steady. Sci eyed tack table. Pulse synced to Kincaid's rifle? No. Deeper. Kincaid checked gear. Reactor shadow? Ilex claws paused. Negative. Biosignature. Boarding pod residue? Hatch rattled. faint, from sealed vents. Sci drew carbine, positions. Kincaid unpacked rifle. Calm, survivors. One left, frills crested anew, trust locked in. Human led, again. Captain Sci Vorn leveled her carbine at the rattling vent grate. Kincaid, flank left. Reyes, cover right. Ilex, scan for heat. The human rifle snapped open with a metallic click. Lieutenant Mara Kincaid slid into position. Compact frame low and steady. No rush. No chatter. Sergeant Juno Reyes braced her shotgun. On it, Captain. Warrant Tech Ilex's claws danced over the portable scanner. Biosignature confirmed. Single entity. Mass 40 kilos. Zarek physiology. Wounded. The grate buckled. A clawed hand punched through, mandibles scraping metal. Sci's frills flared. Raider survivor. Kincaid fired first. A precise burst shredded the grate. The intruder tumbled out. Young Zarek auxiliary, frills limp, carapace cracked, boarding pod shrapnel glittered in his wounds. Secure, Kincaid said. She zip-tied his limbs before he twitched. Sci lowered her carbine, pulse steady. The human had called it. One left, no hesitation. Ilex knelt. Scanner humming. Pod residue matches Raider signature. He must have crawled through the vents after your patch sealed the breach. Reyes hauled the prisoner upright. Interrogation? Sci nodded. Deck security takes him. Stand down. Kincaid slung her rifle. Packed it neat. All clear, ma'am. Sci's mandibles clicked once. Trust solidified. Human baseline wasn't fragile. It was forged for this. Hours later, Scylla sat at the tack table in her ready room. The after-action report glowed on the holoscreen. Original draft. Standard. Raider assault repelled by doctrine. Her signature, nearly locked. She deleted the line. Typed, new. The team Mara Kincaid's improvised patch and rapid breach seal prevented core meltdown. Human reaction speed, 1.2 seconds from alert to execution, exceeded JARC norms by 40%. Recommend formal credit. Frills twitched. Fleet comms would light up. Admirals hated variables. Humans were the biggest. She hit submit. Amended report beamed to command. The door chimed. Kincaid entered, still in scuffed fatigues, no salute. Humans skipped that, unless pressed. Captain. Sit. Sci gestured. Pushed a data slate across. Your patch schematics. Fleet-wide distribution pending. Kincaid scanned it. Nodded. Good. Saves ships. Sci leaned forward. Mandibles parted in a rare grin. You saved this one. Disobey direct order, earned it. Kincaid met her gaze. Flat. Order assumed human limits. We don't have them. Reyes poked her head in. Squad's prepped for debrief, ma'am. Sci waved her off. Turned back. Report credits you. But words fade. Actions stick. She pulled a case from her desk. Snapped it open. The shock knife lay inside. Hers taken in their spar. Hilt etched with Zarek command sigils. Return. Sci slid it over. Bileless formal token. You've proven worth. Kincaid lifted it. Tested the balance. Honor, Captain. She sheathed it at her belt. No fanfare. Sci tapped the comm. Ilex. Report. The tech's voice crackled. Threat model updated, ma'am. Humans reclassified, from fragile allies to high-tempo operators. Metrics. Reaction 40% faster. Adaptability 60% above baseline. Crew briefing start at 060. Include drill protocols, Sci added. Kincaid leads. Ilex paused, acknowledged. Variables contained. Sci cut the line, eyed the human. Promotion. Lead advisor, close quarters doctrine. Unit-wide human-style drills, daily. Kincaid's eyes narrowed, not surprise. Calculation. Squad integrates. Reyes runs support, approved. Sci stood, permanent attachment request outbound. You're Zarek now. In function. Kincaid rose, extended hand, human grip custom. Sci clasped it, firm. No yield. Baseline adapts, Kincaid said. We teach, you refine. Sci released, frills settled flat. Respect earned clean. Deck alarms whooped once, faint. From engineering, Ilex burst in. New pulse, ma'am. Not Raider. Core harmonics shifting. Your drills stressing the mounts? Sci checked the tack feed. Pulse matched Kincaid's demo rhythm from the spar, human tempo rippling through the ship. Kincaid grinned faint. First crack in the stone. Mounts underspect for us. Fix incoming. Sci's mandibles locked. Pride surged. Her unit. Human edge. Fleet would follow. Lead on. The bridge hatch sealed behind them. Drills began at dawn. But the real test hummed deeper. Raider reinforcements inbound. Per prisoner intel. Sci's frills crested. Kincaid unpacked her rifle. Again. Reyes fell in beside.
Humans first, Captain?
Sci nodded. Always. Ilex trailed, scanner live. Updating models. Live. The TAC table pinged. Command reply. Attachment approved. Doctrine trials, fleet-wide. Human integration mandatory. Sci started with laughter at the baseline ape. Now she signed the paper that armed the stars. But the vents rattled anew. Faint. Prisoner lied? Kincaid spun. Rifle up. 2 signatures. Coming fast. Trust locked. Sci drew. Human led. The ship thrummed to war tempo. Sci's claws gripped the console as the first border breached. Kincaid vaulted the barricade. Rifle barked. 2 down. Blank hold. Jarek Marines surged beside her. Matched the pace. Drills paid. Ilex patched feeds. Raider squad. 8. Pod sinking. Sci fired. Dropped 1. Human counterlocked her form. Hip drop. Twist. Proof in blood. Ray's boomed shotgun. Push! The corridor cleared. Bodies stacked. Human speed caged them all. Sci exhaled. Frills low. Report? Kincaid checked ammo. Clear. Your Marines held line. Collaboration. Victory. But the core pulse spiked. Ilex yelped. Overload cascade. Drills loosened a relay. Kincaid was there first. Tools out. Hold. Fire. I seal. 1.2 seconds. Patch set. Lights steadied. Sci watched. Quiet competence. Fleet's new doctrine. Her comm buzzed. Admiral. Kincaid assets to Vanguard. All ships. She smiled. Mandibles wide. Humans weren't allies. They were the blade. The hatch to quarters hissed open. Sci entered alone. Data slate in claw. Final log. Human baseline redefines tempo. Contempt. Erased. Respect. Eternal. She signed. Dawn drills echoed. Human rhythm. Zarek steel. Unbreakable. A shadow flickered in the vent. Last raider. Kincaid's voice cut through. Captain. Positions. Cycle renewed. Trust eternal. Ship survived. Fleet evolved. Sci ran. Rifle hot. Human ahead. Always. The stars waited.